Senator Michael McDougall.
Well, Cathaoirligh, in some institutions on an occasion like this, two motions are proposed. One, a motion of thanks to the Speaker for his address, and a second that the paper should be printed and circulated. And I theoretically propose both of those motions here today. The account that you have given, Mr. Ahern, is one which I hadn't heard in detail before, and I'm very glad that you had the opportunity to put on the record the exact circumstances as you saw them at the time leading up to the 1998 Good Friday Agreement. One thing I should say is that, 25 years has elapsed since then, and when you were sitting down in Stormont with the participants then, 25 years had also elapsed since the 1974 Sunningdale Agreement, one which ended in failure, really, and the other which ended in success. And I want to put on the record here, I know you've signalled to me that I should be discreet, and I will, and there are 20-year rules and 40-year rules, but I want everybody in this House to know two important facts. That Ireland and Britain are extremely lucky that two men came into office at a crucial time, who trusted each other, who were friendly to each other, and above all, who were friendly to the interests of both of these islands and could see the future. We were very, very lucky indeed. And you have very humbly acknowledged the role of many people, and other people's names occurred to me, but I don't think it's fair to try to enumerate them here today. But I want to say this, that in all the time after I became Attorney General in the summer of 1999, a year after the Good Friday Agreement, until I ceased to be Taoiseach in 2007, you honoured me and trusted me to participate with you in the implementation of the Good Friday Agreement. And it was in that kind of capacity that I saw the huge effort that you put in to making sure that that agreement was not, like the Sunningdale Agreement, something which just perished on the paper, but became a reality. And nobody should forget, I think, that implementation of the Good Friday Agreement was not an easy thing, and even to this day, half the time since has been spent without an operational executive in Northern Ireland. And there have been difficulties, from decommissioning to criminality to policing, all of those things. But you persisted from the 1998 agreement to the 2007 agreement in St Andrews, which was a close-run thing, I think I can say without divulging any other secrets. You and I saw how close-run a lot of these things were and how difficult it was to bring about actual implementation of the agreement. I agree with Senator Curry. The challenge, and with you, Mr. Ahern, I agree that the challenge now is to make these institutions work. There is no reason why they shouldn't work. They aren't perfect, and different architectures could be suggested, but I agree with remarks that you recently made that this is not the time to re-engineer the architecture of Northern Ireland. This is the time, imperfect though it may be, to get it up and running. And the post-Brexit situation that has arisen and the situation in British politics, I think, are moving towards a more positive and better outlook for the full implementation of the Belfast Agreement and the full establishment of a relationship between the two communities in Northern Ireland, which are numerically in balance now, to establish a genuine partnership, to grasp the opportunity of a membership of the single EU market, and to grasp the opportunity of access to the UK market, which puts the people of Northern Ireland collectively in a position which nobody else in this region of the world is in. They have an opportunity, and you have created that opportunity for them by the groundwork that you did in 1998, that you have described here today. But what you haven't described here today was the incredible work that yourself and Tony Blair did, and that I was privileged to see. At meeting after meeting, Weston Park, Leeds Castle, Hillsborough Castle, Downing Street, the amount of work that was put in to making the Good Friday Agreement a success was huge. And it could not have succeeded if you hadn't thrown your commitment into that phase of the thing just as much as the initial signing of the agreement. So I want to finish by saying I am deeply grateful to you. Two things. One, we had to both endure Jamie Oliver's squid in ink for lunch one day in Downing Street, and that was a bit of a trial, I think, for both of us. And the second thing was a very interesting breakfast in Tony Blair's room in the St Andrews Centre in 2007. But this House owes you an immense debt of gratitude. The Irish people owe you an immense debt of gratitude, and I hope that this is recognised by the Irish people, and that your sterling address here today is appreciated for what it is, the honest reflection of a person, and humble reflection of a person who did this nation huge service. Thank you very much.